Hey guys, Doug here again with another in our 1x1 series. Today we're doing little toy soldiers. A real fun, easy enough little project. There we go, got a whole bunch of them here. Now, we can do it 4 inches tall or we can do it 3.5 inches tall. It's up to you. 3.5 inches tall, as is, stick a hook in it, hang on the tree, or with a base. And I'm going to start doing more of my carvings with bases. In fact, I may do for my own personal self some of my old videos and add the extra 1/2 inch or so on the bottom for a base because I like it, especially on these taller ones that are prone to being tippy. So that's 4 inches or just a 3.5. But anyway, all that to say, that's what we're making. And yeah, it's fun. But before we do, we got to thank our sponsor. You know our sponsor, Woodcarving Illustrated, magazine for carvers, young and old, experienced and non-experienced, full of tips, tricks, and just carving inspiration. It's the go-to for me. I love it. I went on the last video about how much I really enjoyed the last issue, and yeah, still do. So they have given me a promo code LINKER, all caps LINKER, and with your subscription, they'll give you some extra little downloads, little freebies, some plans and whatnot. So it's December. Tell your wife, husband, friend that this is what you want for Christmas, or buy it for someone that you think needs it. But this is the season, and yeah, we're gonna whittle away our winter, and why not have some little inspiration, whether it be on the couch, the toilet, or at work. So let's carve some little toy soldiers and let's just get on with it. As you can tell, I hope I get through this. I hope my body lets me through it because I'm sick as a dog, but can't leave you hanging, so let's go. All right, so we got our block of wood here, and all we're gonna do is we're gonna do a 1/2 inch around the bottom. All right, that's our base. 1/2 inch around the top. That's our hat. All right, so that part's easy. Okay, then we're going to come down here 1 3/8. I would have preferred a better number, but 1 3/8, and that's about 35 millimeters. Okay, and then one more mark, that's the neckline. One more mark here at 2 3/4, and that's about 70 mil from the top. All right, and that is the bottom of our coat and our hands. So fairly straightforward. All right. Just so that we can keep in perspective, we'll put our little face on here. Okay, looking good, eh? All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to thin. We have to thin the leg area and the head hat area. All right. So to start with, though, I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to go around like so, a little V-cut, center of that line. And I'm going to go across like that. So it can be done with a knife, or, and for speed's sake, I'm going to take a V-tool, and I'm just going to run that V-tool around. All right. I'm going to do the front of the hat. All right, but we won't do the sides yet. Same thing on the bottom of the coat. And heck, while we're at it, the top of the base too. All right. That's where we're at. So we got our hat, head, coat, body, and the legs. All right. So as far as the legs go, now we're going to come down, come up. Make sure you got your safety gloves and control your cuts. All we're going to do is just take out that middle section like that. All right, all the way around. I'm not going to worry about the feet right now. I'm just going to get everything thinned down so that we can carry on. You can see just about 1/8 of an inch in, right? Just the depth of that V-cut, really. I hope I'm not breathing too heavy on that microphone, but I'm sick. I had a cold only 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago, and either it didn't go away or it came back to bite me again. But anyway, you can see that all thin. So same thing on the head here. All right, come down. Let's just draw a line on here just so you can see. All right, same on the back. I'm gonna leave the front alone. That line's nice just to keep you square. It's easy to get one-sided. All right. I'm not pushing that with my hand. I'm pulling it with my thumb. That's why it's not worried about jabbing myself. All right. And the same on this side. Nice. Okay. And the back side. Come on. And don't worry about being too fussy. Just rough. Okay? Thin head, thin legs. Okay? We can go ahead and take some corners off the head here. Back. And we'll take a pause break for the dogs. All right, delivery received. These guys don't have a chance sneaking around here. Noisy dogs. I'm just going to bring that hat line all the way around again. And same thing. We're going to come in, come up to the hat. But this hat is a little bit different, all right? What I mean by that is that hat is actually flared out again. See that? So all I'm doing for that is I'm creating a little space here. Now I'm going to bring it down. See that? All right, I'll show you in the back here. Come up to a line, then we're going to come down just to give that hat a bit of an angle, right? Then, of course, we'll have to do that again and cut up to it, all right? down. And do it again and cut up. Okay, see that? Got a bit of a flare to our hat. Okay, we gotta just start rounding this face a little bit. And the neck. Dig that head in. In fact, let's just go knock all these corners off this block that I'm squeezing with my hands. I hate sharp corners on there, but let's put some center line in here first, though. All right. Center of our arms, and then we'll just give it a 1/4 inch on each side. Yeah, that's hard to see. Do it again here. All right. See that? So that's the center line. You can always go thinner, but you can't make them thicker after you do it. All right. So I'm going to take, of course you can do this with your knife too, come across like that. But I'm going to take a wider gouge, I think, on this one. What we got here? Let's take a number 7. 10 millimeter number 7. Come up each side. All right. Take those corners right off of there. All right. Once again, I'm not too old to learn something. I was watching one of my favorite carvers, Kevin Coates, do something similar, and instead of using your knife to go across and then digging it all out, now you're already half there when you use a little gouge like that. I really like that idea. So I stole it. But at least they give him credit, right? So that's basically our arms, and now you can see, now I take my knife here, you always come across anyway. See that? It's starting to look like somebody, even without the arms cut yet. So, okay, let's work around here. Pin that back down a bit. Give him a good shape. Alright, see that shape? Let's start on these legs here. Take all these corners off of here. But what we gotta do is we gotta put some shoes on this guy. So let's just come up roughly a 1/4 inch. With the base, I feel a little safer going a little thinner. So I'm not worried about breakage. But you see what I mean with the base? This guy doesn't have a base. That was my prototype, and you set them down or you knock them, and he's always falling over. And then these ones here, like it's there. So I may go back and put bases on a lot of the other things I've done, just because I like it. Where was I? Oh, down the shoes. Okay. So you can see we've got a lot to remove to get our legs narrower. Okay. So we're going to have to come back, work up underneath the coat again. And again, you can use a V-tool with this too. Work your way in if you got some gouges. See, I'm starting to thin it out. Now, I'm going to come across the top of the foot, like that. I'm going to come down and join it. See that? So again, I'm going to come across 45 on the foot, right into the back, midway in the leg there. Now it's going to come down and come back up. There we go. And then a little bit more here. We're not going to have super thin legs, but look better than big, super thick ones. All right. All right. All right, that's our legs. We'll come back and clean them up after, but we'll just keep working our way around the carving. There we go. Okay. Back up to the head here. We gotta start rounding this guy out. Blocky looking head. Right. I'll start with the top here though, the hat. I'm just gonna put my knife in here. Start swooping it up. Start giving the hat some shape. And go underneath of it. Stick my knife in there. Alright, got that. Doesn't take too much. Okay. Just be careful here. Always when you're cutting down, especially on a brim of a hat with the grain vertical, you don't want to break it. So just take your time. Don't push too hard, but we're going to give that cap a bit of an angle shape here. Alright. I'm just going to undercut the bottom. Give it a bit of a brim. I think that's all right. I want to reserve a little bit of space in the center here. That little, whatever you call it. What do you call that thing? I guess it's a feather. Something, but anyway. We'll save that space there. Oh heck, while we're here, let's just finish her up. So I'm going to clean the top off. Some sock cuts. Alright. Let's just draw something on here. Draw a little leafy looking feather. I don't get too worried about the super details. Alright. Come up beside. can see that's flush right now, but if I put a little stop cut beside it, and I put a little bevel on the top edge, it appears raised, right? So that's all we're doing. Now neck on the back. All right. Take the corners off the rest of the hat. Oh, I thought I broke that. That would have sucked. All right, we want to do a few little details. Well, let's just do it. Like a little 11 or a little, yeah, let's go with 11. A little V tool, whatever. Let's put some little veins on that. Again, whatever it is, feather or, what was I thinking? A feather or a leaf or what is it? Look at that. We can say we did something. We got the hat done. All right. All right. So what we were doing was we were rounding that head. Trying to get a good, nice round ball shape. With one exception, and we'll get to that in a second here. You know we're going to have a strap that's going to come around, so we don't get too thin on the sides. But the main thing we want to reserve the space for is the nose, all right? So let's just kind of mark roughly where we want that nose, all right? Say that's the nose. So I'm just going to come kind of work off of that little area. There we go. Oh. All right, so now I'm just going to go ahead. Doesn't hurt my feelings at all to start square. All right. As long as we don't dig in, we can start square. And I'll just take the angles off. We're just doing a little bump for a nose. So that's basically it. Make sure we don't have any chatter marks around there. Pencil that. So yeah, that's our nose. That's all we're doing. A little bump for a nose. Maybe a little bit deeper. Maybe a little bit more. Now that it's round, though, now I can stick my knife in there. All right. Carefully. I can get a little bit deeper. Work all the way around. Yeah. There, just a little bit bolder. All right. All right. So then, old chin strap. We can do a chin strap many different ways, but basically the chin strap is hiding the mouth. All right. So pretend that's where your mouth is. Give yourself a very healthy 1/8, 3/16. We're just going to go about midway on the hat here. Same thing. Make sure you do the same on the other side. All right. Mark that. And then we'll just kind of make it work. All right. You can take your knife and run your knife around, but I find we might as well just use a V-tool. Stick the V-tool in. Okay. The bottom. Nothing wrong with using a knife. I just think no one's going to watch me use my knife all the way around this. Because wait to see what's coming yet. All those straps are coming. Oh boy. It's easy, but it's fiddly. It's a fiddly project. But I think it's worthwhile. So we went around with our V-tool. Now, I am going to go around with my knife. Just cut into that. Make a nice sharp band on that, right? You still with me? Okay, now we'll do the inside. Alrighty. Okay, that is our strap. Now we gotta go around and make it all flow nicely again. Right? We worked so hard making that nice and round. Now we got some goofy areas. We got it round again. Smooth out those sharper edges, all right? All right, now a couple things I've done is whether you think your strap is rope or a strap with some lines, or this one's gold, but what I like here is this one here. I took a little, what did I take? A little gouge here, and I just went around and flattened that strap with a little gouge. Just a very, what is that, like a number 5? Almost flat, but just gave it just a little concaveness to it. I think it looks a little bit neater. A little jog in there. All right, that is our strap. So if you, like I said, if you want to make it look like rope, you can put some grooves in it, but I'm okay with that right there. All right. Now, when I put the eyeballs on this guy, right? So I just put drops of paint on there like that. So you can leave them like that, but I started doing just a little cut. You see a little cut there? And that just makes it adds just a little bit of nonsense, a little goofy little grin. Whereas the big guy, he doesn't have that. He's all serious, but look, watch what happens when you just put that little cut in here. You just made him a little bit playful, didn't you? Right? So, do it or don't do it. That's up to you. But anyway, moving on. All right, let's get this coat and arms in order here. We got a very fat belly on this fella. All right. Now our arms, we made that little groove there, but if we had cut with our knife, all we need is like a center. Right. So I'm just gonna take my knife, run it down the middle. All right. See that? Oh, dogs. All right, see that? We just cut our arms in. Now we'll take give them some shoulders here. All right. All right. And take some angles off again. Put that in the back of the coat. And pop the coat again. All right. It's our basic shape. Thinned out a bit. All right. So we got hands. We need some hands. So put a mark about a 1/2 inch there, both sides. I'm going to cut across, down, and then we're going to come up from the bottom of the hand. So kind of making a little fish shape. See that? Across and down. Again, going down. come up into it. And across and down. All right. So now, what are we going to do? Well, these guys, I give them thumbs and fingers. You can just make a mitten if you want, but all a thumb is just across. See that? Gently come up. We'll make the next one a little bit neater. Doug. There, see a thumb on there? All right. 2 thumbs on the back. All I'm going to do is put a little cut there. A little notch. Pop that chip out. That's the back of the hand. All right. Just a little V-notch lower than higher. Okay. All right. Now, if we want to, if we can get a little chip cut out of there, that would be nice too. Like that. Okay. 3 lines. Right. 1, 2, 3. Take a little V-tool, 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 V-tool. Down, down, down. In. Good enough for a hand, right? And if you want to make a mitten, just leave it alone and have a mitten. Use that V-tool to accentuate the thumb a little bit. And down, 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 and. Now we know the pinky is going to be a little bit smaller, but we're not going to worry about that. That's our hand. Okay. Feet. Center of the feet. Center of the back legs. All right. Let's put a cut straight down the back. A stop cut on the top and the bottom. And I'm just going to take a little V cut out of there. All right. in a little bit. All right, that's that. Go front. I'm gonna put a cut down the center. Split the toes this way. And pop that out. All right, I'm gonna turn it this way. Split the feet this way. One way. One way. I'm gonna pop that out. Then I'm gonna come up from there. I'm gonna go stop cut. Stop cut. Stop cut. I'm gonna pop this one out that way and down this way. There we go. Okay. One little crumb left in there. Get out of there. Okay. Make our feet. Corners off our feet here. Just clean that up a little bit. All right. I can live with that. Now, one more thing is this guy's wearing boots. All right. So give yourself space to make sure that you got space to get your knife around, but I'm just going to draw a line and we're going to give him some boots. All right. All I'm going to do is follow my line and cut down to it. Yeah. They don't have to be perfectly in line with each other. In fact, it's probably better to have a little flow of our lines, not too straight. All right. Chip there. Fix that. Recut that. Okay. The man's got boots on. All right. Now, since he does have boots on, let's give him a heel. All I'm going to do is stick my knife in. That's a big heel. Yeah. All right. We don't want high heels. Just a little illusion of a heel, like that. All right, that's way too high. Just thin it down. That's all we gotta do. All right. Okay. I'm gonna take a break, drink my coffee, and blow my nose. All right. You can see on these guys, there's a little bit of a tightening of that belt area, so you can see it's kind of kicked out a little bit there. So all I'm going to do is going to take my knife. It's going to give only just a little bit of a skirt on that. It'll all work out, you'll see. See what I did there? And this part is what's be below the belt, alright? So, just to make it look like it's cinched up a little bit. The only main concern is that we don't put that belt on an angle. Alright, so we want to still have that fairly flat. Alright. And the other thing is, let's start with a collar. Alright, we're going to put a collar around him. All I'm going to do for that is I'm going to take a V-tool. I'm just going to gauge around the neck. I'm trying to keep my V-tool fairly vertical, not undercut the thing. There, like so. Then I'm going to cut up to it. One collar. Like so. There we go. Alright, my camera's telling me I gotta change the battery, so I better obey or I'll be in trouble. But we're getting there. We're getting there. Alright, so now we know that our belt is above that line that we drew there, alright? Okay, so again, let's draw a belt on there. Now, I don't know what you want to call these other suspenders or what do you call it, but I'm going to start by going right against that collar. I'm going to go to this corner here, alright? See that? Right across. Give it the same thickness. Alright, same thing. I want to go to this corner from right against the collar. Alright, give it the thickness. Alright, now that thickness is going to carry over the shoulder. Now we're going to go from that collar, guess what? That's right, to that corner. So that's going to come across, and that's going to come across with it. Same thing. This corner, that collar. Collar to corner. And that's pretty much it, alright? I'm going to show you one side, and I'm definitely doing the other side off camera. I'm just going to run my V-tool. Right around. The only thing that I'm going to not even sure about, but I'm going to tell you to do, or I'm going to do, I should say, is I'm going to let this one carry on over. So that means that these ones are going to go stop, up, and stop, right? So that this one will appear to be underneath. That makes sense, right? So these are a little bit finicky, so just if we outline them with our knife, we can always flatten them off after, right? So let me just show you a little bit more here. All right. Okay, our little straps on our fella here. So if we could add anything, what would we do? Not too much. Give a little bit of life to these arms. All right. Now, if I wasn't doing this on video, perhaps we could, what do you call this? Epaulettes or something? Look up toy soldiers, and there's a whole bunch of different things ways you can go. In fact, even easier than these straps would be those buttons with the ropes, whatever you call them. But we'll give them a little something here just to break up the bottom. Okay, so as far as our base goes, just clean that up. And I mean, you can do all kinds of things with the bases, but we'll just keep this simple and plain. But what I do like about that is, check this out. It's a perfect spot to sign your name on it. All right, that's it. So yeah, like I said, I think I'll be doing this a little bit more, putting them up on a platform just to just display better, right? And every time I bang my desk or something, I knock them around, so it'll be a little more solid, a little better display. All right. Well, throw some oil in this guy. Just make him come alive without those bold, dark black eyeballs, though. Doesn't have quite the same personality, but so I just made a painting video. So if you want painting tips or tricks, there's a painting video, as well as a whole bunch of other Christmas carvings back in the if you go back on my channel, every year there's a bunch, so they add up. But there's our little toy soldier. All right, there is our little Toy soldier. Paint him up. I forgot to mention too, don't want a base? Don't put a base on. Put a hook in it. Hang him in your Christmas tree. Right? So, lots of options. Just Google and you'll get some more ideas too, and you can really take your time and do a good job. So, all right. Don't forget, Woodcarving Illustrated. Promo code, link in the description. Get you some extra little goodies. And yeah, great magazine. Be sure to check it out. And it'll be sure to inspire you throughout these winter months that are coming. So that's all I got for now. I will catch you later, guys. See ya.